Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. So as you guys could tell by the title of this video is going to be about what is the first thing people notice about you. Okay, so it could be like anywhere, like a job, like at a cafe, or when you're meeting up new people, like for like with friends, you're meeting your friends, like what is the first thing that they notice about you. Okay, so pile number one, you're going to be the red jasper. Pile number two, you're going to be the tiger's eye. And pile number three, the amethyst. Okay, so pause this video if you must and meditate on the pile that you feel most drawn to. And then you'll find the timestamp in the description box below. And I will see you at your pile. Hi pile one, welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. So pile number one, if you picked the red jasper, this is gonna be your reading. Okay, so if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you are a newbie, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so the way I like to do this is I like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so that way we don't pick up the energy from previous pile or previous readings. Okay, so let's get started and smudge these bad boys. So pile number one, the first deck is the crystal tarot deck, and then the wide awake deck. Okay, so we're smudging these bad boys. Alrighty, so pile number one, what is the first thing people notice about you? What is the first thing people notice about my pile number one? What is the first thing, Spirit, that people notice about my pile number one? What is the first thing people notice about my pile number one? What is the first thing? Oh, too many cards. What is the first thing people notice? Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Sword, the Tower, and the Magician. So I heard the first thing that people notice about you is your beauty. You have an like unexceptional beauty. Like it's like out of this world, like the Tower. Okay, because I feel like, okay, the Queen of Cups is here and the Queen of Swords is here. You have a good balance. Like I feel like your face is, I heard it's like symmetrical. So you have beautiful features and you have beautiful healthy skin. So I feel like you're somebody that like just like you look fresh. Like when you wake up in the morning, you look really good. Like you don't do much to your face. All you do is like, I feel like you have a nice skincare routine. Like you like skincare stuff, whether even if you're a man, like you take care of yourself. Like I feel like if you're a man, you do facials and like you get waxing, and that's not bad. There's nothing wrong with that. So I feel like you groom yourself, and that's the first thing people notice about you. You're well put together and you're also gorgeous. I heard gorgeous and handsome. If you're a man, you're handsome, and if you're a woman, you're gorgeous. Like your beauty is like out of this world. It's like something that people never saw before. Like your beauty is unique. Like I don't feel like you look like someone else. Like you know how some people, they're beautiful and they always compare them to someone else, like a star or something. Like your beauty, there is like, I heard unmatched. Okay, that's the first thing people notice about you. And there's something like, there's a gentleness to you. Like I feel like you're soft spoken, So that's like something that people notice. Like I say, let's say if you walk into a cafe, they notice your beauty, but also like I feel like you have the personality to match with it. But the first thing that they notice is your beauty. And then when you speak like elegantly and softly. And even if you're a man, you're soft spoken. Like I feel like if you're a man who picked this, you're a gentleman. Like not like gentleman, like the word together, like separate, a gentle and then man, like you're a gentle person. So people notice that about you because like I said, we have the page of cups here and magician. So like you have a way with people, you have a way to influence people, and like people could notice that about you. You have like you have people at the palm of your hand. Like you can make people do things for you that like other people couldn't. Like you have like a magic touch to you, and that's something that people notice. Like that's the first thing that people notice about you. Like your beauty is unmatched, and like the magic touch that you have, the sweet essence that you have, whether male or female, you have like a sweet essence to you, and it's like out of this world. I feel like people stare at you a lot too. You're soft spoken, but I feel like you're highly intelligent with the Queen of Sword here. You're very intelligent. Like you're not just beauty. I feel like you're brains too, whether male or female. Okay, like you're intelligent, and people could notice that about you just by the way you look. Because like, you know, grooming yourself and taking care of yourself like is a form of self-love, and like also intelligence, because you know that if you preserve yourself, you have a better chance at life. You have a better chance at like getting things like your way, or having things go your way when you are well put together, because it shows that you care about yourself. What is the first thing people notice about my pal number one, Spirit? What is the first thing people notice about my pal number one? Oh, wow. Okay. So we have the 3 of Wands and the Strength. Let's see if I could get one more, Spirit. What is the first thing people? One more, I said, please and thank you. What is the first thing people notice about my pal number one, Spirit? Okay. So we have the 3 of Wands, the Strength, and the 7 of Sword. So the first thing that they notice about you is that like even though you're soft spoken and like you're like soft in your appearance, you're beautiful, but you're strong, you're powerful, you're very I heard calculative because of the 7 of Sword. That's also somebody that's calculative. It doesn't have to always be somebody who's sneaky and lying. It all depends on the context of like your reading. You have to be able to read the cards, not word for word what it means, but all together in the message that you're trying to send. So I feel like the one thing that people notice about you is like the first thing that they notice about you is that you like to keep to yourself and you're very calculative. So like even though you come off as like somebody who's sweet and charming and stuff like that, but you don't let people in easily. So you're like a little bit guarded, like so you pay attention to your surroundings. You pay very close attention to your surroundings, and that's something that people notice about you. Like people that are like watching and paying attention to you, they notice that you too pay attention to them. So they know that like you're watching too, like you have your eyes, like you know that they're watching you. So you're not that you're on your P's and Q's, but you're more like trying to like find out like, or is this person looking at me because they are looking at me because they think I'm pretty, or they're plotting against me or trying to get something out of me. Like you're very like, you always think about these things, you're always like focused, and people like notice that you don't just like, you're not oblivious, or you're not like oh yeah, because I'm pretty, like people could come at you because of your beauty. People could plot against you because of your beauty, trying to take something from you or trying to use your beauty to get advantage on you. So that, so you're very cautious, and people notice that. So like your beauty and like your essence, your energy, and your intelligence. Okay, you have an inner strength. You know how to, you're able to command a room without doing much. Like, you don't have to do too much to get people to like bend to your will. That's what I heard. Bend to your will. What is the first thing people notice about my pile number one? Yes, you see, like you live a life of abundance. Okay, they know that, like, once they notice that you're, like I said, you're well put together, you're beautiful, you're well groomed. Okay, and you're really a good judge of character. People notice that about you. That's the first thing that they could notice about you. Like, you don't mesh with a lot of people. Like I said, you're very selective, you are cautious, you don't give out too much. You know that people could come to you, and you know people have bad intention, so you're very cautious, maybe from past experience. So like, when you go to a cafe, you greet everybody, you like, you're nice to everybody, but like, you know, you're not gonna have like a long ass conversation with somebody telling your personal life, your personal business. Like, you keep your conversation short and sweet, but you're very polite with people, and you don't, like, you mind your business and you do your thing. Like, people, they know not to come and step to you, or like, if they come step to you, they better have a good reason to come and try to talk to you, because you're not, like, you're not the type that's gonna like waste your time trying to talk to some stranger that you don't even know. Like, you're not gonna come and have a long ass conversation with some random that you met at a cafe. Like, you're not gonna do that. You're gonna be too cautious. Okay, you're gonna be like calculative. Like, why is this person trying to talk to me? What do they want from me? Like, what is their intention? Because I saw you watching me the whole time for like 5 minutes. So people notice that you're very observant. That's what I'm hearing. Observant person. So like, they can't, like, I feel like also the seven of sword, people cannot run game on you. They notice that, like, the first thing that they notice, like, you're not a, I heard you're not a sucker. Like, they can't sucker you, like, they can't play you because you're smart. There's something about you that they notice, that like, they know, oh no, this person, even though they're pretty, they're not a bimbo. I heard, like, you're not that, even in whether or a man or a woman. And I don't know, that's not really a nice word to say, but that's what I heard. So I'm not trying to offend anybody if that word offends you, but that's what I heard. Like, you're not that. So they notice that about you, that like, yo, if they're gonna come to you, they better have a good reason, and they better come correct, because it's not what they're expecting. They're not gonna get what they're expecting. Okay, it's gonna be a shock to them how smart you are if they come step to you sideways. What is the first thing people notice about my pile number one, Spirit? What is the first thing people notice about my pile number one? What is the first thing people notice about my pile number one? Oh. Okay, so I heard like this Ace of Wand. We have the Ace of Wand, the World, and the the Nine of Sword. What people notice about you is that, like, they know that if they were to step to you or be in a relationship with you, like, it would be a headache. It would be a heartache. Not because, like, I'm not getting because like you would do something to them or make their life hell. Is because you're so beautiful, so attractive, that you will have so many suitors that they wouldn't know how to, like, handle being in a relationship with you. It will be too much for them. And it's like, also the Ace of Wand is here. It's also your sexual energy. It's so appealing, so attractive, but you would put an end to them. Like, let's say if somebody were to step to you, trying to like take you out on a date or whatever, come talk to you, they know that that's the first thing that they notice, that it's like, oh my God, if I ever try to go out on a date with this guy, or if I'm ever in a relationship with this girl, I know it's gonna be stressful. A stressful relationship, because this person is so attractive. So many other people want this person. I don't know, like, people, you like, they notice that being around you is like a little bit, you give them anxiety. They get anxiety around you because it's like you're so attractive, and it's like a nervousness that you bring to people, and they notice that you do that to people. That's the first thing that they notice about you as well. Your attractiveness, your sex appeal. You don't have to do too much. I don't feel like you, even if you wear nice like tight clothes, I don't feel like it's like too revealing. Maybe it hugs your body nice, but it's not like you wearing some super shorts or like super mini dress or anything like that. It's not really like that. And if you're a man, it's like you're I heard Rico Suave for the men. I don't feel like you're a Rico Suave. If you know what it means, like being called Rico Suave, it's like kind of like a player, you know? So that's what I'm saying. People notice that, like, oh my God, being around you, being in your essence, in your presence could like give them anxiety, wondering like, oh, am I good enough to be around this person? Am I good enough to be their friend? Or am I good enough to be their partner? Like, let me not bother this person. I feel like they're out of my league. I feel like that's how people, like, that's what they notice about you. Like, you're out of their league. Yeah. It'll be like a challenge. You're a challenge. Something about you, like what the people notice is like you're a challenge to them. Like even trying to talk to you, trying to step to you is a challenge. You're not just like anybody. I feel like even if you don't think that about yourself, but that's how, like, that's the first thing people notice about you. Like your beauty is out of this world. They notice that you're super intelligent. It's like, whoa, like just the way you talk, like you're very articulate. I heard like you speak well, like you know how to, like, I don't feel like you use big words, but just the way you express yourself. Like I said, if you go to a cafe or you meet people for the first time, they notice that, like, just the way you present yourself, the way you groom yourself, you are like of high status. You view yourself, you have a high self-esteem, not cocky. I feel like you're just confident. You're confident in yourself, you're confident in who you are, and that's why you're able to be sweet at the same time. I don't feel like you're aggressive with yourself. Like you're so confident, like you don't care how people feel about you because you're comfortable in who you are, and you don't let nobody shake you. So people notice that about you. That's the first thing that they notice. Even like if you're a man, I feel like other men, they notice that you have a super firm handshake. That's how they know that you're confident. And I feel like when you shake their hand, the energy that you emanate, because obviously there's energy transfer when you shake somebody's hand, they could feel your energy, they could feel your strength when you give them a handshake. They know. And I feel like when you give them a handshake, you give them a firm handshake and you stare at them in their eyes, but you don't give them like a stare where you're trying to like talk, try to show that you're more like alpha male than them. I don't feel like you do that. If you're a man, you don't do that at all. You look at them in their eyes and you're like, you respect, like you show respect to them. When you look at them in their eyes, you don't try to like intimidate them, but they could sense your power, they could sense your strength, your inner strength. Oh, this card came out, but foundation, you have a solid foundation, but I didn't want to make this card come out, but it flew out of my hand. But you have a strong essence to you. The people, that's one thing, that the first thing that they notice, your essence, your strength, your inner strength. And especially for the man, when you give the handshake, okay? Because the way you look, like I said, the way you look does not really match your energy a little bit. Like your energy is more, your look is beautiful, but your energy is like, makes it amplify, out of this world. That's what I'm getting. I keep getting out of this world. Something about you is out of this world, and they notice that. That's the first thing that they notice, especially for the man. Like that handshake, I'm telling you, they could sense it, and they know that, like, by your handshake, they know that you deserve respect because you have that strength. You're not just talk. You actually have the inner strength in you, the ability to do whatever you want, you set your mind into. You have that, and they could sense that. They notice that first. Okay? So pile number 1, that's all I have for you. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pile number 1. Bye. Hi pal 2, welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. So pile number 2, if you picked the tiger's eye, this is going to be your reading, okay? So if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you are a newbie, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. So the way I like to do this is I like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so that way we don't pick up the energy from previous piles or previous reading. So let's smudge these bad boys. So pile number 2, we have two piles today. We have two decks today. So we have the Crystal Tarot and the Wide Awake Tarot deck. Okay, so as you can tell by the title, is what is the first thing people notice about you, pile number 2. So let's get started. Okay, so pile number 2, what is the first thing people notice about you? Okay. All right. So we have the Lovers. So it could be a Gemini here. The Ace of Swords. The Seven of Cups. And the Strength here. And the Nine of Swords. So you could definitely be, I heard Libra, even though we don't have Libra here, but you could definitely have Libra in your chart, or you definitely a Gemini, or a I heard Virgo and Leo, because we have the Strength card. You could also have like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your chart because of the Seven of Cups. But these are the energies that I just picked up just right now. You don't have to be those signs, but those are the predominant signs that I'm getting here. So we have, like I said, the Lovers, Ace of Swords. So what's the first thing that people notice about you is like your voice. You have a very seductive voice when you speak. There's something about the way you speak is so sexy. I don't know why I'm getting that, because the Ace of Swords is about the truth, but it's also communication, the way you speak. But also like the Lovers, the reason why I got seduction is the Lovers, because the Lovers is love, is sex. Okay, it represents like passions, union. Also, it also represents choice, but because it's beside the Ace of Swords, I heard your voice, the way you speak. You have a sexy voice. Okay, whether you believe it or not, but that's the first thing that people notice about you. The way you talk, like I feel like you talk like you're flirting all the time, but you're not. It's just the way you sound. You sound so sexy, and it's just like I heard it's mesmerizing to people. Like you bring them a lot of, like, when you talk, you put them in a gaze, because the Seven of Cups is here, and a gaze, and you have a strong like look to you. You have a strong piercing eyes. I don't know why I'm getting that with the Strength, because usually the Strength is about like inner strength, like stamina, but I'm getting your gaze. So you have piercing eyes and sexy voice, and that's the first thing that people notice about you. And you make people nervous. You make people nervous. The Nine of Swords is here. Like the way you talk, I feel like you just, by the way you talk, you turn people on. And that's trouble, guy. Like what? Like you have like that. Oh my God, you know what I'm getting right now? The image I'm getting in my head, it's like this guy that I used to always see on Instagram. He's like, the way he talks, his voice is very sexy. He has like a, I heard a devilish voice, but it's not like a devilish voice, but it's just so sexy. And it's just when you speak, like people just get mesmerized. They just stare at you like, and you're like, yo, I just ask you a question and they're not answering you, but you don't even know it's because your voice, they're you took them in a trance. They're already in another planet when you talk. When you speak, like, it's like your words are so, like, you could be a speaker here. Maybe you are a speaker, but the way you speak, that's the first thing that people notice about you. The way, like, your voice, whether you're male or female, you have one of those sexy voice that makes, like, the opposite sex or the same sex, like, fall for you. Just the way you talk, they just, like, look at you. You know when somebody just looks at somebody and they're mesmerized by them because they just like the sound of their voice? That's the first thing that people notice about you, is your voice. You have a beautiful voice, a sexy voice. That's what I'm getting. A very, like, sexy, attractive voice that makes, like, anyways. Hey, okay, I'm just gonna stop saying what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm gonna keep it to myself. Like, yeah, you definitely have a sexy voice. What is the first thing people notice about my pal? Oh, you see? I'm telling you, the Ace of Wand. Okay, guys, Ace of Wand can represent sex, sexual energy, passion. You have, like, there's something, like I said, your voice. It's like, you know, people, when the first thing that they notice about you, like, your voice, and then your sexiness, like, there's a sex appeal to, like, your voice, and you don't force it. That's how you actually sound. You're not trying to seduce anybody with your voice or trying to get your way with people. You really sound like that. You always sound like the way you say things, it's like as if you're flirting, but you're not flirting. You're, like, really being serious, and you're really, like, and people just fall for that voice. Like, I feel like if you go to a bank and then you tell the teller, open the tilt and give me all the money, and they would give it to you because your voice is so sexy. Like, you have that. That's what I mean. Like, the way you talk, your sound of your voice. You have, like, maybe, like, you have maybe in your chart you have two opposite signs. Like, your moon is the opposite sign of your sun. So, like, they say people that have that in their chart, they're like serene, like serenes. Like, they have, like, this, either, like, your look or your voice, you have something that's attractive and it's just natural. You did not, like, you don't force it. It just comes natural to you. And maybe you have that in your chart. I don't know, but, like, that's one thing that I've known, like, from research that I've did. Like, if you have that, you have that. There's something in your chart that makes you, like, have that attraction that people just can't get over you, like, just the way you talk. I don't know, if you're an astrologer, you follow astrology, you would know what I'm talking about. So what is the first thing people notice about my pal number 2, Spirit? What is the first thing people notice about my pal number 2? Like, I know people like that. I've met, like, people like that have that voice that I'm just like, yo, whoa. like that guy, if you guys know what I'm talking about, like, this guy, I see his video often on my Instagram, and I'm just like, when I hear his voice, I'm like, just like, ooh, this guy's a devil. I have to stay away from him because the way he sounds, like, he could make any girl, like, hey, you know, if you're that guy, you could make people do things for you just by the way you talk. Yeah, the world. You get things your way. People, like, just crumble to you. Okay? They're willing to give you the world. What is the first thing people notice about my pal number 2, Spirit? What is the first thing people notice about my pal number 2? Okay, so we have the High Priestess, the King of Sword, and the Seven of Pentacles. So one other thing, like, other things that they notice, like, the first thing that they notice all as well, not just your voice, but also, like, your high intelligence, because the way you speak, like, you're very eloquent, You know how to talk. You're very charming, but also you're very spiritual. You have a strong spiritual sense to you, okay? They could notice that. Like, I feel like you know that you have that, like you have something that people are really attracted to, and you don't use it against people. People notice that about you. They notice that because they know that like you could get what you want out of people, but you choose not to use your power to hurt people. So you're a very honest person. People notice that about you, that you're honest. That you could get away with murder. I heard you could get away with murder, but you don't do that. You don't use it against people. You don't try to like get one up people. You try to always be honest in your dealing, fair in your dealing, because we have the King of Swords, truthful, because I'm telling you, you tell the truth too. You're a very truthful person. You're honest, you're hardworking. People notice, that's the first thing that they notice about you, because they could tell that you have honesty and integrity. You have a lot of integrity to you, okay? You are fair in your dealings with people, okay? Like if somebody's trying to like you could tell that somebody's falling for you just by the way you're talking to them, and they're like falling in love with you or whatever, like falling for your charm, even though you're not trying to charm them. You're not gonna like try to like take advantage of them in their moment of weakness just because you know you have the upper hand on them. People notice that about you, okay? They notice that right away, because you could get away, like I said, get away with murder, and you choose not to do that. You're very truthful. You're a truthful person, honest person, somebody of character, justice. You see, that's Libra energy. Somebody of character, honesty, fairness. You're fair in your dealing. You treat people fairly. Like you're like, even the way you communicate with people that you like, people that are lesser than you. I don't feel like anybody that's is lesser than anybody, but just because society always want to rank people in certain groups, you wouldn't let what God has given you allow you to treat somebody that has less. You will never like use that as an excuse to mistreat somebody just because you have more than them. And people notice that about you. Like I said, you're a truthful person. You're an honest person, okay? Even though your voice is sexy and everything, but you don't use that against people to get what you want. You don't do that. Like, I feel like you're also very polite when you go to the cafe or the store or anywhere you go. Like, you're so nice. And I just feel like even at the cash, when you're paying and you give them money, people are just still staring at you. And it's like, okay, well, here's the money. And like, oh, sorry. And you're talking and you're just having a normal conversation, you know, just talking about like maybe the product that you got, or like, you know, like anything that you're getting, like it's related to what you're doing in the moment. And just you, by you talking, the people, like they're noticing how polite you are, how like you're humble. They notice that. That's the one thing that they notice about you. The first thing that they notice, you're humble. There's a humbleness to you. You know you have amazing potential, you have amazing qualities to you, but you don't flaunt them, especially in front of people that you know that they don't have that. You don't do that, and people notice that about you. You have a like a nice character to you. What is the first thing people notice about my like people feel comfortable with you right away. Like I said, like, yeah, they feel like they know you. They have a strong connection to you as well. People like tell you they tell you their secrets. I feel like they tell you right away. They open up to you right away, because we have the high priestess here. They feel comfortable, like you have a comfort to you, even though, like I said, like your voice is sexy and appealing and stuff like that, but there's also a comfort level to you that they could feel. People feel like they could, like they notice that they could be vulnerable with you right away. And it's just like not something that they, it's not like those type of people that are vulnerable with everybody and then just tell you their business to everybody. Those are the people that don't really talk much to people, but for some reason to you they gravitate towards you, because they notice that like you have an essence to you where you not like, you're non-judgmental. You don't judge people. You're fair in your dealings. You're truthful. You're polite. You're soft, but you're just like, you have a sexiness to you. They notice your sexiness, your voice, especially your voice. But they like, you make them nervous in a sense that, like, because we have the Nine of Sword here. They're nervous because like you're so sexy, but like your voice and everything, they get attracted to you because of that. However, because you don't use that to your advantage to abuse or like, you know, try to get one up on people, they get comfortable because they notice that, oh, okay, this person is not like the rest. They don't make me feel inferior. They don't make me feel like less than. You don't make people feel like that. And that's one thing that they notice about you. You're fair in your dealings. I keep going back to being fair. What is the first thing people notice about, yeah, you have temperance here. Well balanced person. That's what I'm saying. You're not pretentious. You don't like use what you've got to get what you want. You don't do that. You don't use what like God has given you to like use people. You're fair. You're super fair, and people notice that. That's the first thing that they notice, because it's like your voice is, like I said, I'm going back to the voice. Your voice is sexy. Everything is sexy about you. You're comforting. You also, like, I don't get that you're intimidating. People don't get intimidated by you. They just get nervous a little bit because you're so like your voice is so appealing, it's so sexy. But because of like your knowledge and your wisdom and your understanding and your comprehension, also your humbleness, they feel comfortable with you. They feel at ease with you. They feel like completely vulnerable, and they know that you're like, after an encounter with you, they're not gonna feel like, oh my god, why did I just told this stranger my life story. They're gonna be like, oh my god, I wish I could see this stranger again. Like they would love to meet you again after the first encounter with you. They would love to see you again because you're such a pleasure. You're so like, even to talk to, like everything about you is just so appealing. That's what I'm getting. People notice that about you. That's the first thing that they notice. Like there's a lot of things that they notice, but like the first thing would be like the voice first, and after everything else, because as much as they talk to you, once they get to know you, like just in that brief encounter, they notice these things about you. Like they could pick up on like, oh, okay, this person is humble, because they're not being pretentious in this conversation. They're not acting like, they're not being condescending. That's what I'm getting. You're not condescending to people. You talk to people with respect. You look at them in their eyes. You're very nice. Like, you know, you make them laugh. You make them feel good about themselves, you know? Even though you're flirting, you're not really wanting to flirt, but they feel good after an encounter with you. You bring joy, you know? It's really nice to talk to you. That's what I'm getting for you, pal number 2. So that's all I have for you, pal number 2. I hope this reading is resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video, pal number 2. Bye. Hi, pal 3. Welcome to my channel. This is Stella Beauty Tarot back at you again with another video. I would like to thank each and every one of you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I really do appreciate all the love and all the support. So pal number 3, if you pick the amethyst crystal, this is going to be your reading. Okay, so if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you are a newbie, thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here as well, okay? So the way I like to do this is I like to smudge the cards first before we get started, so that way we don't pick up the energy from the previous pile. So let's smudge these bad boys. Pile number 3. So we have 2 decks, okay? So we have the Wide Awake deck, and we also have the Crystal Tarot deck. Okay, so pile number 3. Let's just smudge these a little bit more. Okay, so let's go. Let's get it started. Alrighty, let's get this started. Pile number 3. What is the first thing people notice about you? Okay. So what is the first thing people notice about my pile number 3, Spirit. What is the first thing people notice about my pile number 3? Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Star, the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacle, and the Lovers. So we have 3 major arcanas. So we have Aquarius energy, we have Aries energy, and we have Gemini energy here. So what I'm getting is the first thing people notice about you is your sense of style. When you walk in the room, you turn people's head. You look like a star. You look like you are a celebrity. Even if you're not, like, you could be a celebrity here, you could be a star watching this. I don't know, like maybe some stars celebrities who watch tarot readers. So like if you are if you are that, then obviously it relates to you. But like that's one thing that people notice, your style. You have like a sense of fashion. Maybe you're a fashion designer here, or you're going to school for fashion design, or like you have like your own clothing store, clothing brand, or something like that. Like something about fashion, like you're very fashionable, and that's something that people notice, whether male or female. The way you dress like a superstar. You dress like I don't know why I heard Kanye West. Like you walk around like you don't, like, you're not conceited. I'm not getting that you're conceited, but I like you like to express yourself through clothing, and it shows, and people notice that right away about you. And your sense of fashion is very, I'm getting elegant and chic. You have an elegant sense of style, and you look like money, because the Ace of Pentacle is here. It means like that's one thing that they notice. Like I feel like even like you're down to your watch, your nails, your jewelry. Like even like if you get your nails done, you get like your nails done probably cost you $150. Even if it doesn't cost you that much, is the style that you're doing in your nails that make it look like you have money, that you come from money. And you look like royalty because the Emperor is here. So they notice your style is like a regal style. Like you really have like a great fashion sense to you, and people notice that. That's the first thing that they notice that about you. And your style is refined. That's what I'm getting, the word refine. You have an exquisite taste. Like even by the, like, okay, let's say if you go for like your sense of style, like let's say if you go for a drink, for instance, you're the type of person that would drink like Grand Marnier. Okay, like if you know Grand Marnier, then you know what I'm talking about. Like that would, like, you would not drink a beer. Like you're not gonna go for a beer. Okay, you're gonna go for Grand Marnier, a nice little glass of Grand Marnier. And you know, like Grand Marnier is not like it's like kind of like an expensive drink. Okay, it's liquor. It's French liquor. I think it's liquor. Yeah, I think either a liquor or cognac, but I'm pretty sure it's liquor. So it's French, and like you have, like, that's what I'm saying, like your taste, you know, you're not gonna get like a little drink there. Like you're gonna get the nice little drink. That will be like your first drink of the night. You know, if you go to dinner, you're not gonna order, like, you're gonna order a nice glass of wine, you know, like the expensive wines. Like you will know the, like, I'm not really a drinker. I just know Grand Marnier. Like one of the drinks that I know, because I like, that would be a drink that I would order too, like Grand Marnier. So like you know those exquisite taste. Like you have like sophisticated taste, down to your style, to what you order for food, what you like, how you decide to wear your nails. Like that's the first thing people notice about you. Pile number 3. What is the first thing people notice about my pile number 3, Spirit? What is the first thing people notice about my pile number 3? So we have the 7 of Cups, the Hangman, and the 5 of Cups. So people notice that you kind of have like an open mind to your style, because I said like you look like a star, but like your style is different, is like very like unique. Okay, it's like out of this world, out of the box type of style that you have. I don't know why, maybe that's why I heard Kanye, because Kanye has like a style that's out of this world. Like sometimes like the stuff that he wears is a little bit different, but obviously like superstars, they get to do whatever they want, like wear whatever they want. But I also get like a Rihanna vibe. Okay, like you see how Rihanna, she wears like, you know, she could wear something that people would like, I don't want to say regular people, because there's nobody that's like regular, but like people that are not of like superstar status would wear, and then they would like, people would say like, what the hell are you wearing, like why are you wearing this? But if Rihanna wears it, it looks the bomb. That's the vibe that you have. That's the what people notice about you. You could wear anything and make it look fashionable. You had that it factor to you. Okay, and it's like a little bit like, people know that like you have a lot of like, they notice that you have a lot of options and you can wear things differently that they can. Okay, the way that you style your clothes looks good on you, but that doesn't mean because you're styling it like that, that if I style it like that, it will look good on me too. Like you have that look. Okay, that's what people notice about you. And it's like kind of like heartbreaking, because like people want, they when they know, when they see you, they get inspired by you, because your style is so unique. You look like a superstar, like you're so amazing. It's like a pleasure, like it's graceful to be in your presence, but also it's like heartbreaking, because it's like they know, people know that they cannot duplicate your style. Your style is just so unique. It's like a, like you look like money and you make it look easy. Okay, and for people, it's like it's heartbreaking. They know that they cannot copy you, like you're one of a kind. Nobody could duplicate you. You're so original. Your style is original. What is the first thing people notice? Like you see the star again from a different deck. I'm telling you, maybe you have Aquarius in your chart, a lot of Aquarius or air energy in your chart, but your style is different. It's like futuristic. You're like ahead of your time. And like people could tell that like your world, the world that you live in, like we all live in the same planet, but we don't live in the same world. Your world is magical. Your world is advanced. Your world is so beautiful. Like just by like the way you express yourself, people could notice that. And that's the first, like I said, your sense of style. Like they know that your world, when you're like, whoever gets to be your friend or around your circle, have like a magical experience with you. It's probably always fun to be around you. That's what people notice about you, the first thing. Oh, come on, guys. Wow, you could be a Scorpio here. We have death. You have a mysterious look to you. It's like so different. And it's powerful, because death is like powerful transformation. Like I'm saying, you inspire people, okay? You do. However, people know they can't get like you though. That's the problem. They know they can't get like you. There's only one of you. What is the first thing people notice about my pile number 3, Spirit? What is the first thing people notice? What is the first thing people notice about my pile number 3, Spirit? What is the first thing people notice about... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Death card 2 times. You're sexy. You're sexy. I'm sexy. And I know it. Look at my body. That's what I'm getting. Like you're super sexy. You're like, you have like... Okay, we have the devil here. Let me just say the cards that we have. Death again. So definitely you could have Scorpio in your chart, or like that aspect in your chart. We have the sun here, Leo energy, and we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So, like I said, you're very sexy. People notice your sexiness, okay? Your stardom quality. You have a sex appeal like a superstar, like I heard like a sex appeal like a exotic dancer. You don't have to be an exotic dancer. I'm not saying anything bad about exotic dancers anyways. I'm just saying that you have the sex appeal. Okay, you have like, you know, like some superstars, they have like Meg the Stallion. She has the sex appeal of an exotic dancer, and she's a superstar. She's an Aquarius too. So that's what I'm saying. Like your style is so unique. You're so sexy. Like that's the like one thing that people notice about you right away. Your sexiness, your look, like your style, your vibe, like everything about you is just so different, so unique. You have like a unique sense of style to you. Nobody could compare to you. Nobody could duplicate you. So if like, even if they try, they know they will fail. They know that they can't compare to you. Your style is just yours. Like if somebody were to bite your style, people would know that it's from you, that they copied it, because your style is just so unique that it's just like, you know that it's your signature look, your signature touch, your signature brand. You have like a unique sense of style to you and a sexiness to you. You're very sexy. I know that for sure. We have the devil here, death twice. So you could definitely have Scorpio or Capricorn placement in your chart, but you're sexy. You're a sexy motherfucker. I'm sorry to swear, guys, but that's the first thing that they notice about you. Okay, you have like, you're just so sexy. Sex appeal of an exotic dancer, okay? And you're not trying, and you're not like, and I don't even think that your style is like provocative. It's just your energy, your appeal. You have like that sex appeal to you, that superstar, like that it factor to you. You have that, and that's one thing, that's the first thing people notice about you, that ick factor, that superstar factor that you have. Like the type of superstar that, like, like people fantasize about, like, when people crush on celebrities, you have that factor to you. Okay, people notice that about you. Okay, you could be a superstar here too, or you could be on the come up. Okay, maybe you're an actor or a model, but like you have that it factor, and people notice that about you right away. Like, I feel like maybe you've been told that you look like a model. You've probably been told that, or you look like a celebrity or something. Maybe people try to take pictures with you before. I'm getting an image where you've been stopped in the streets and people try to take picture with you because they thought you were a celebrity or something. That's what I'm getting. What is the first thing people notice about my pal number 3? Oh wow, yeah. So we have the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacle, and the Three of Sword. So what I'm getting is also people notice that, like, if they were to come to you with their love, confess their love to you, or try to like get with you or something like that, they will be met with the Page of Pentacles. So pretty much with nothing, like just promises and empty promises from you and broken heart. That's what I'm getting. Like, you look, because you're so sexy and you have stardom like quality, and people know that like it's kind of hard to match your energy. It's kind of hard to be at your level because you vibrate so high. You vibrate at a star level. So somebody else have to be vibrating at the same energy as you in order to match you, in order to come step to you. And people notice that about you, and they know that like if they were to step to you, they will not get the upper hand on you. They will not get what they want. They will probably get heartbroken. I don't feel like you're a heartbreaker, but it's just like the vibe that you have. So people notice that about you. Your stardom, like, it's really like your stardom quality, your style, the way you dress. It's definitely the way you dress. It's very different. It's very unique. I also get that you get compliments on the way you dress. And I feel like you make some of your clothes. I don't know why I heard that, but for some people here, you probably make some of your clothes. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting an image of somebody that takes their clothes, like old clothes, and create new clothes out of them. So you're very creative here, because the star too is a creative energy. So I feel like you do recreate clothes out of old clothes. whether you're male or female here, you know how to sew. I heard that you know how to sew or use a sewing machine. Okay, you're very fashion. I heard fashionista. You love fashion. And that's one thing that people like. The first thing that people notice about you is your sense of style. But you also sexy with it. You know how to dress according to your body. And people notice that. That's what makes you even more like appealing. Because like, let's say if you have wider hips, you know how to wear like clothes that hugs your body in the right places, and like not too provocative, but make it nice. And like, you like, I heard like Kim K kind of style, the way you dress, because Kim Kardashian has a nice style. We're not gonna talk about like her sense of fashion. She really has like her beautiful sense of fashion. She dressed really nice. So I feel like you don't have that, like, probably don't dress exactly like her, but when I'm talking about sense of fashion, you have that, like that it factor, because she does have that it factor. Okay, like she has that stardom factor. So you have the same thing, whether male or female. Okay. And what I'm getting for the man here, I'm like getting like Prince type of vibe, like you, the way you dress. You don't have to dress exactly like him, but like your style is like a refine as a man. That's what I'm getting. And people notice that. I'm telling you, it's your sense of style that people notice the first thing. Like that's the first thing that they notice about you. Wow, I'm getting, my words are getting mixed up. All right, my pile number two, wow, my pile number three. So that's all I have for you, pile number three. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next reading, pile number three. Bye.